everybody. Happy Sunday. How are you guys? It's so good to see everyone. Listen, I know everybody is very anxious about Milton. The It's so funny to me, not haha funny, but just it's not really irony, but it is interesting to me that the name of the storm is Milton because anytime I hear the name Milton, I only ever think of Office Space and give me back my stapler. I could set this whole place on fire. I asked for no salt. There's salt all over this. So, oh, Florida's going to be taken out by a guy who just wants his staplers back. Anyway, all right, you guys. So I know everybody's worried about it. Listen, I've been here a long time, not as long as some other people. Am I worried? Of course I'm worried. This is a big one. It's moving very fast, and they're not going to really know where exactly it's going to be until like tomorrow. And even then, where it's projected to be by tomorrow there's still some potential for bobbles either to the north or to the south. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm prepared. And it is, what it is. We'll be all right. We're all going to get through this, I promise. Now, as far as what's going on with the trial tomorrow, when I went to look at the clerk's website to see if if they'd posted an update, there wasn't one, which is how I found the motion in limine. Y'all do not know how I spent my day yesterday. So yesterday I spent my day making that intro and simultaneously refreshing the Orange County clerk's page. So yeah, that's how it went. I know everybody is talking about this jail report. I can't seem to find it. So if you know where it is, then can you email me? I would appreciate it. Let me put my email in the chat for you. So let's see. Bama Green Eyes, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that so much. Creative Minds says stay safe and make good choices. Listen, Craig, you're going to have to pick one. Either I'm going to stay safe or I'm going to make good choices. I can't do both. That's too much. I will try to do both, but that's asking a lot of me. I am prepared. I've got plenty of water. I've got canned food. It should be, it'll be what it'll be. Now, as far as, okay. Thank you, Polynomial. I'll go look. Let me go look right now while I'm talking to you guys. Okay, hold on. So anyway, I went to look, which is how I found the motion in limine, and so far there isn't anything. Nothing is delayed there. A lot of it is going to really depend, you guys, on where this makes landfall. Okay, let me look. Let's see. See that? Okay. All right. Found it. All right, you guys. So let's start with that. Oh, Peter. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Please don't mute the Cowboys. I'm from Texas. Never, Never mute the Cowboys. Just turn it down a little bit, or hell, turn me down and turn. Oh, I don't. I because it's live. I can't do closed captions. Um, just yeah, never mute the Cowboys ever. Go boys! Forever and ever, I will always be a Dallas Cowboys fan. And thank you guys. I'm glad you liked the intro. I made that for you guys so that when we're waiting for the trials to start, there's something to watch. All right, so there isn't anything. This is what I think will happen. Okay. I suspect that we're going to get through jury tomorrow, jury picking tomorrow. I can't even think. Okay. And probably court will be canceled Tuesday, definitely Wednesday, and probably Thursday. We might, depending on how things go, get court by Friday. It really all just depends on where the storm makes landfall, because wherever the way that Florida, the way that Tampa is in position to Orlando. Orlando is obviously east, but it's a little north of Tampa. It's not like a straight shot. So it depends on where the dirty side ends up, because that is where you get the tornadoes and stuff like that. So usually the east side of the wall of the eye is where the dirty storm gets, or is called the dirty side. We're just listen. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let me just say it like this. This is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna schedule a live every single day this week at 8:30. Okay, and you guys just watch the description, and if court happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we'll just take it as it goes. If we don't get to do the trial this week because it's postponed due to, give me back my stapler, Milton. I got other stuff we can talk about. Okay. So do not worry. All right. Okay. So let's start with this. Hold on a second. Let's share this tab instead. Let's start with Transparent Tea's community post, and let me go ahead and hold on a minute. Let me go back really quick. Let me click here. All right, let me share this person's link, because otherwise we wouldn't have this. All right, so here is, let me move this. Can I even spell? No. All right, here's Transparent Tea's channel right here. Go sub up. We thank you, Transparent Tea, for sharing this with us, because Sarah's always up to something. All right, so let me add it to the stage. Let me go over here. All right. Let me do this. All right. 10:05, 2024 at 4:18 p.m. Today, inmate Boone was scheduled for a visit with her legal counsel. At approximately 15:19 hours, while passing, by the briefing room hiccups, I heard a loud noise followed by shouting. I encountered Corporal Pagan in the hallway and inquired about the source of the commotion. Oh, I love this already. Corporal Pagan informed me that the noise originated from the briefing room. We proceeded to open the swing door and checked on the situation. Attorney James Owens acknowledged he was the one that had yelled and expressed his apologies. I informed both Mr. Owen and inmate Boone that their interaction, regardless of its nature, was disruptive. Mr. Owens offered another apology, and then I exited the room. Oh dear. Seems like there's trouble in paradise. Things aren't going so swimmingly. All right. Now, all right, Gretchen, Thank you for listening to me while you prep. Listen, you guys, follow your emergency management's instructions. The best advice that I can give you, this is advice that they all say, you hide from the wind, you run from the water. Okay. Um, so just keep that in mind. Stay safe. I don't want to see anybody out there uh, holding up the American flag, shirtless, screaming at the hurricane. I don't want anybody to. I don't want a new gift made. We already have a gift like that. We don't need another one. Okay. So we'll all be okay. We're going to get through it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now I have to tell y'all, I have read a little bit of this and I'm annoyed because this was filed on Sunday, the day before trial at 3:28 p.m. for Pete's sake. Come on, Owens. You know, you didn't get your way with the interrogation video because you're big, huge mad about the ninth question. Okay. So now you're going to try to find another way, some loophole, backdoor baloney. It's ridiculous. All right. Here we go. The defendant, by and through the, can y'all see that? Okay, good. The defendant, by and through the undersigned counsel and under these sections that I'm not going to read, Florida statutes, requests this honorable court to exclude certain evidence at the trial of this cause, specifically redacting portions of the 2-hour video interrogation at the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and as grounds alleges as follows. Here we go. The defendant, Sarah Boone, is charged by way of information with a single count of second-degree murder. The offense allegedly occurred on February 23rd, 2024 in Orange County, Florida. During the homicide investigation, the defendant was asked to come to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The defendant arrived on February 25th, 2024, and was escorted into an interrogation room. A custodial interrogation of the defendant then ensued. The approximate 2-hour interrogation was recorded by audio and video. During the interrogation, the two homicide detectives questioned the defendant at length concerning the facts and circumstances surrounding George Torres's death. At such time, statements were made by the defendant and the two detectives. No, there were statements made in an interrogation video. Shut the front door. I am shocked. Some of the statements made by the parties should be excluded and redacted from the video mentioned above. From the transcript of the interrogation video titled Transcript of Taped Interview of Sarah Boone conducted by Detective Chelsea Kepsel, case number 20-17904. All right. The first section of evidence to be excluded. The following dialogue from pages 69 through 71, beginning on line 6 of page 69. Detective Scott Lowen. Hold on. You had two different neighbors that lived directly next to you. You asked to use the restroom and they told you no, and you turned you away. You had to go. Sarah Boone. Oh. Detective Scott Lowen. Across the way to somebody else. Sarah Boone. Oh, no. Okay. Kim and Eli. Eli or Kim is not a nice person. Detective Lowen. Okay. Boone. She's just automatically not nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person. Detective Scott. Why would you think she would let you use her restroom? Boone. Because Eli was there. Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Kim off. Detective Lowen. Okay. Boone. Because he come over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time. My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then their bathrooms, Boone, like go over there and try over there. Lowen. There's two bathrooms, so both their bathrooms. Boone. I wouldn't let nobody go upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the downstairs is for. Detective Lowen. Or somebody you knew. Boone. They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen. Lowen. Okay. Boone. and there's stuff in the bathroom and the toilet doesn't work. Just move across the way, no problem. Boone. And of course they let me in. Them and them, they're together, they're like families. They're families. That's what you really want to know. And I hope it doesn't get them in trouble, but he is over here illegally. So he's trying to work on getting his green card. Detective Lowen. What does that got to do with you using the restroom? Boone. They didn't want to be involved. Detective Ketzel. What's the address? Detective Lowen. No. I was asking last night because, we had several different people. Sarah Boone. Assuming. Detective Lowen. Stay in the neighborhood, come up. Boone. Eli and him. Detective Lowen. Saying that she was drunk on a regular basis. Boone. Eli and Kim. Eli and Kim. Okay. Did you ask Benny next door? It's not Benny, it's Vinny. That's what she says. She's asking about Vinny. Bruh. Boone. Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no. Detective Lowen. No, she said no. Detective Ketzel. Okay. Boone. Like I said, she's just not a nice person. The exclusion of said evidence is required due to lack of relevance under section of Florida statutes. In addition, the evidence is improper character evidence under section 90.404 Florida statutes. The second section of evidence to be included. But let's stop there and talk about this first section really quick. Okay. Thank you, Humanimal. Let's talk about this first section. Why do you guys suppose that they want this first section out? I mean, look, Sarah, you said the things. I guarantee you that 11 billion people have seen this interrogation, and they've seen it more than once. Okay. So we've all heard you throw Kim and Eli under the bus. We've all heard your snarky comment about somebody being here in this country illegally, which is frankly none of your business, ma'am. I don't even know why you said that, but you did. And that's what you don't want out. It's too late. It's out. People have heard it. The jury is not going to convict you of second-degree murder because you're an asshole. Okay. And that in this part. Okay. This is not the part of the interrogation that's going to get you sent to the clink, ma'am. It's not even really the interrogation video. If you want to know the truth, it's some suitcase videos. Shug. All right, here we go. And I can't even believe you're trying this, James Owens Esquire. This is ridiculous. I mean, look, I get it. You have to prepare a vigorous defense for your client. Okay? Vigorous, not poppycock. And that's exactly what this is. You know they're not going to throw this out. You need to stop. And you know why they're not going to throw this out? Because this talks about her intoxication. 11 billion people that live in that, not really 11 billion people, but everybody that they talk to in that apartment complex said that Sarah was an alcoholic. Okay, functioning or not, that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, many people, many times over many years, saw Sarah Boone drunk. And that is what you're trying to keep out. Stop playing with these people over here, especially me. I'm not in any mood. Okay. The second section of evidence to be excluded. Hold on. Let me take a little drink because I am parched. Please hold. Probably help if I unmuted the mic if I'm fixing to start reading. 8, page 53, line 11, Detective CK. Well, he's dead as a result of your actions. Line 13, Detective CK. He's dead as a result of your actions. Line 14, Sarah Boone. I understand that. Number 11, page 55, line 24, Detective S.L. I have one last question. I mean, you realize you're the person that killed him, right? Page 56, line 1, Sarah Boone. I thought about that. Page 92, line 15, Detective S.L. Well, intention or not, George is dead. You act like when you say unintentionally, that absolves you from everything. The above evidence is improper testimony by a law enforcement officer. Law enforcement cannot express opinions on the law or the ultimate issue of fact for the jury. In addition, said statements assume the truth of contested facts and encourage the jury to find the defendant guilty as charged because a law enforcement officer said so. If this opinion evidence is admitted, the jury may assume the validity of the law enforcement officer's opinion because it was allowed in evidence and rely on the opinion in finding the defendant guilty. The issue of causation is exclusively the jury's job. The opinion evidence invades the province of the jury's fact-finding mission. 16. What happened here? We run out of what's going on here. Did you just all of a sudden change the color of the font for no reason? The exclusion of any or all of the evidence described above is required as the value of such evidence is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice, confusion of the issues, misleading the jury, and would serve only to inflame the jury. Wherefore, the defendant requests this court to enter an order excluding the above statements from the videotaped interrogation in this matter. All right. Well, I'll say this. Maybe the judge will exclude that last section because, it doesn't do anything to keep it out. I think that the jury is going to be smart enough. Listen, you haven't even seated a jury, and you're already thinking that they will confuse what their job is, which is they're the finder of the facts. So, way to insult the jury before you've even sat them down. Before you've given one voir dire question, you're already over here insulting them. But I don't see, this isn't like a super big deal. So, I mean, Judge Kraynick will probably say, okay, we don't have to, but the other stuff, that's coming in. Boone. All right. Now, let's get to what we're here for. The dramatic reading of the letters. Oh, I got to scroll. Give me just a second, you guys, because I got to find it. Because if I would have opened the windows at the time, like ahead of time, I will just end up having to resubmit the information all over again. And welcome to everybody who is just joining us. We are scrolling. Let me find all of, oh gosh, I'm only in 2022. Let's see. I think the first one is 426, but let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. Now, this letter is the first letter. And just to refresh your memories, it's from April 20th, 2022. At the time, Mr. Padilla was her attorney, and he had just filed a motion to withdraw. And yeah, okay. All right, so let's see. Here we go. This is a persnickety one, so let me get my persnickety voice happening. Here we go. Honorable Judge Wooten, thank you foremost and in advance for your invaluable time and concern in this very unexpected and incredibly confusing matter. I am writing in regards to the requested withdrawal, most importantly, of my attorney, Mauricio Padilla, and my team filed on 4/18/2022, along with a continuance. Forgive me if this is the wrong approach in contacting you directly, but I wanted you to be fully aware of the magnitude of my shock and disappointment in the betrayal of Mr. Padilla, as I have not in any way by anyone been provided an explanation for the aforementioned withdrawal, etc. I unfortunately had to learn of these documents by my former husband when calling to speak with my son. After making a commitment to me as my attorney over the past 2 years and 2 months ongoing to fully and sufficiently represent me, also being made to believe we were a team, I am completely blindsided, nonetheless, in how this was and is being handled by a professional. I do not understand. With that being said, Your Honor, I am graciously requesting to be included and present, please, at this hearing on Friday, April 29th, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. So I am able to learn more and also explain the ongoing legitimate hindrances I have been facing, along with my inability to amply progress in the preparation for my upcoming trial and future. In my opinion, these concerns are what spurred these requests by my attorney in the first place. It is undoubtedly of the utmost importance to me to fight for my truth, and in which I thought my attorney was doing also. Thank you beyond measure for your very much needed assistance and understanding. I'm flying blind. I don't know the process, procedure, or protocol for any of this, since I have never been in the current situation I am in. I am eager to meet with you to further explain any and all questions or concerns whomever may have. Please know with great emphasis, I just want to move forward, especially for the length of time already being incarcerated and remedy this entire predicament, however that may be, in the best possible manner, having my best interest and security above all else. Again, thank you profusely. I await your response with further direction in order to be in attendance and proceed forward. Exceptionally grateful, Sarah Boone. All right, that's letter number one. Whew. There's that word protocol, and that's something. All right, let's find the next one. Oh, that's not the one I want. Oop. Okay, let's see. Give me just a second, you guys. Here we go. All right. This is from 10/3/2022 when Sarah when Mr. Padilla had been granted his motion to withdraw, and Mr. Frank Bankowitz was then appointed. So let me make sure. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. I know some people like to read along, and I want to be cognizant of that. All right. Mr. Bankowitz, I am writing in regards to not hearing from you and am becoming very concerned after receiving no response to any of my daily calls or from the letters I've sent. As of today, October 3rd, you have been my court appointed attorney for almost 3 months. 12 weeks, 84 days, and only spoken to me 3 times. 7:14:22 video introduction, 15 minutes. 8:22, 8:2:22 video update, 15 minutes. 8:22:22 visit in person, 90 minutes. I have written 2 letters in the meantime. Also, my most recent I sent on 9/12/22 with no response. I am unaware of the difficulties you are having in communicating with me, video, phone, letter, and in person, especially via phone, which to me is the simplest form of doing so, even if just for a brief update, which takes only minutes. Have you met you? It takes much longer than minutes. Hold on a second. All right. I believed by you giving me your personal cell number, you were going to answer. I would at least know all is well and have a better understanding of my status of some things, what to plan on, or what I may need to work on. With no communication makes my end more difficult, drawn out, and painful. Please figure out whatever necessary for my phone calls to be answered, which you will be reimbursed for when you submit your costs. It feels at this rate of communication and meetings, and you just coming on board, not having all of my discovery to go over still, on top of everything else to be done and depth. How much longer am I really going to be here, added to the 32 months already? Especially if we communicate however you eventually do, 1 time a month, if that. As for all of the month of September, I know nothing from not hearing from you. I understand you have other clients, as I am one also, and you've been recuperating from your back. But remember, please, how long I've been here. You are my sixth attorney, not by choice. And the magnitude of my case with not knowing what's going on or where you are, how much harder it is for me. I want to get on with my life, Mr. Bankowitz, and not miss any more time necessary from my son. I've already missed 4 of his birthdays and spent 3 of my own in here. Please understand. Note two, I am patient, clearly, after all the time already invested, and still awaiting and willing to go above and beyond whatever we need to do to properly and truthfully convey my very convoluted, misunderstood side of everything, which I boldly told you in our meeting last month. I am dedicated, ready to start, overdue. I am so very grateful, Mr. Bankowitz, for you, all you are doing, have done, and will do. We're in this together, and I am so blessed you are my attorney. God has put us in each other's paths for a reason, and I can't wait to see what you and he will do. I'm praying the 6 times the charm. Please respond. I await your response. Thank you profusely, Sarah Boone. Okay. Hold on a minute. Let me check the date. This is the 3rd. Okay. Okay, that's I should have just downloaded these. I'm sorry, you guys. 1 month later, she's going to do it again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there she. Oh, Sarah. Now she's getting upset, you guys. The tone is going to change. Brace yourselves. Oh, that's too much. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Honorable Judge Wooten, forgive me in advance for having to utilize your invaluable time to ask the current progress of my case. But after not having any form of communication with my attorney appointed by you now, after 11 weeks and counting, after sending 4 letters to my attorney appointed by you with no response, and after finally finding an outside resource to inform me of the uneventful, confusing filed documents online by my attorney appointed by you, I am still waiting with the perpetual question mark over my head. No letters, no video visits, no face to face visits, no answered phone calls from my attorney, or even a response from you, Your Honor, regarding one of my letters expressing my legitimate concern of what's going on in my case and where's my attorney. It has now been over 4 months since being appointed another attorney, number 6, and not by my decision, influence, or choice, and almost 3 of the 4 months not hearing from said attorney. 8/22/22, last correspondence. Why? What is the reason? Why haven't I received a letter, even a 15-minute video update, anything? Even after my PTC on 10/25 is what truly confuses me and nonetheless upsets me. The fact I was not in attendance so I could know what's going on in my case, especially considering I have not heard from my attorney in 11 weeks and should have been included. Why was I not? This is my case. Was Mr. Benkowitz even there to represent me? I don't know anything still. The problem is that my constitutional rights are incorrectly being waived without my knowledge or permission. I've never signed anything nor verbalized the idea I wish to waive my appearances to any of my court dates. I want to be present for all dates going forward, please, regardless of significance. All are significant to me since my attorney fails to relay any information in any way. If he's not going to, then I must, myself and for myself, as always, my entire life. What else can I do? Who else can I seek help from? I have you and God, Judge Wooten. If I do have an attorney, where is he? There's so much to do all over in my case, hopefully the right way this time. Off to a rocky start, where I wonder how more extended my time will be on top of the almost soon to be 36 months. 3 years already. Is this how the justice system really works? Am I being penalized for wanting to be fully involved in everything in my case and intelligent enough to know how my case is being handled is unjust and, from my point of view, disastrous, considering I'm still here sitting in Orange County Jail, counting the days and praying my sixth attorney contacts me and we can move forward, finally coming to an end to this seemingly endless debacle? You would think, considering the circus show my entire case is being made out to be, with all the hype, sensationalism, and publicity. I received a letter all the way from across the pond, England, the other day. It would be being handled more professional, better. I learn something new every day about facts, events, and outcomes in my case from all the inmates and officers as well. I wonder if they might know where my attorney is. Bottom line, please understand, I don't want to be here any longer. I don't want to be hindered any longer in getting just to the starting line again. I don't want to be suppressed in being heard finally, truthfully, and correctly. So, when, Judge Wooten, when will I hear from my attorney? Or you, please, just with some type of response other than a copy of my letters I keep sending, which I already have. In the meantime, it is my understanding the following documents have been filed in my case since the appointment of Frank Bankowitz, my attorney, MIA. 711 Bankowitz appointed, 712 PTC order pretrial, 1025 trial 11/7, 829 pretrial canceled, 923 notice of unavailability, state, 10/7 correspondence, my letter to Bankowitz, 1012 correspondence to defendant, copy of my letter, 1024 notice of appearance for what had 3 years ago, not guilty plea already filed, waiver of appearance never signed, agreed to, compensation for what's been done, 1025 substituting conflict counsel, who is my attorney, 1025 PTC 1117 2023, trial 1/3, 117 2023, trial 1/30 2023. That's it. In the almost 4 months I've been a client of Mr. Bankowitz, this is the only progress. What's next? Where are my copies of everything filed ever? This is one way I can have some idea of what's happening. And please remember, I have no access to a computer nor any reliable outside resource to check anything for me. Please mail copies. I'm trying to come up with any solution possible to keep me, the other party in my case, informed and updated. This also is part of the court's responsibility. I would especially think, knowing I've not heard from my attorney in any way for 11 weeks. And I want to be included. As always, I thank you for your time and understanding. Please help however you are able. I am not helpless. I am ready to get this show on the road and to hear from someone other than myself asking the same question over and over and over. What's going on in my case? Or how many pens will I exhaust asking? Grateful and patiently waiting, I await your response. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. Okay, I think we might have missed a thing. No, hold on. No, I read that. Okay, we should be good. All right. Next one. This is December 5th, 2022. Summary of progress. Numbers only. It's all I have. 1. Since appointed by court, Frank J. Bankowitz, attorney number 6, July 11th, 2022, 21 weeks, 147 days and counting. 2. Since last spoke to Frank J. Bankowitz, attorney number 6, August 22nd, 2022, 15 weeks, 105 days and counting. 3. Since pretrial conference, no response from attorney or court. October 25th, 2022, 6 weeks, 42 days, and counting. Since my last letter to judge regarding MIA attorney in case, November 3rd, 2022, 4 weeks, 32 days, and counting. Total hours of time represented by Frank J. Bankowitz, 3,528 and counting. Total hours of time spent with client Sarah Boone, 2. Where's my attorney? Where are you, Judge Wooten? I understand the holiday mode everyone is in as we inmates sit and wait for it to pass. But before we come to the end of yet another year, almost 3 for me, in OCCD, it would be respectful of the court to please advise the status and location of my attorney foremost, and also provide any real progress of my case, which is difficult to do, and further without an attorney. Nonetheless, after being appointed so many, I thought hopefully the level of dysfunction would be lessened. Unfortunately, to date, I'm sadly mistaken, and I feel I've been severely misled. Even more unfortunate seems to be the lack of representation from any party of my case other than myself. Look at the numbers. In the meantime, and in preparation for the upcoming status hearing on 12/20 at 10:45 a.m., which I just received notice for, thank you for the inclusion. I am in the process of writing to our governor regarding the mismanagement of my case and the multiple added obstacles and deterrents I am experiencing, trying to avoid any further time-consuming hindrances or setbacks going forward. Some of the major legitimate concerns of mine are the violations of my constitutional right, the degree of neglect, and the nonchalant approach by everyone in my case to substantially progress, and the illegal, non permissive release and distribution by the Orange County Sheriff's Department of crucial, confidential case files, videos, photographs, documents, etc., pertinent to my case, which I have not even seen or even know about. Everyone knows more than I do about my case. As a result, it is impossible to choose a jury that will be impartial, fair, and uninfluenced by all the mutated, exaggerated hype sensationalism. This being a significant reason I requested a change of venue previously. At this point, it will make no difference. There's nowhere I am not known. The premature, unfair judgment by everyone has wrongfully and inappropriately already been made. I haven't seen my discovery or know where my attorney is, my 6th attorney. Not only am I, the other party in my case, still in the dark with everything, I am blind and in the dark. I'm not even going to say it. This is wrong, unfair, especially for a still proud citizen of the United States of America, and unacceptable. There is more to everything, much more, and in which I've been patient to an extreme to explain, interpret, and educate what now seems to be to the whole world. I am hopeful the governor will be able to untangle the chaos and mistreatment. No one else seems to be available or willing to abide by the protocol of our justice system and rightfully, eagerly apply themselves. I'm hoping Still, these aforementioned topics can be further discussed at the hearing on the 20th, and in which I am bringing to everyone's attention prior. I have not heard from my court appointed attorney to date, so I am unaware what else may be on the docket. It's time to finally move forward and in all the right ways. Happy holidays, Sarah Boone. Mr. Bankowitz. I am also sending a direct copy to you in case the court and or judge does not, therefore giving no reason of any unsurety of my ongoing concerns regarding having no communication from you in any matter for almost 4 months. I believed the court and or judge would have sent copies to you of all my letters to them. But since I have been unsuccessful in receiving a response or update by their side, also, I am taking it upon myself to make sure everyone is aware I am still sitting here waiting on you. Please respond. I look forward to seeing you at the hearing, if not before then, with very much overdue and anticipated progress. Thank you. Sarah Boone. How are we doing, you guys? Oh my, let me get over here. Aw, Miss Me, thank you so much. Love your coverage. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hazel Eyes says, thank you so much for reading all of these. You are the best. You are so welcome, and thank you. That was very generous. Thank you so much. And Destination says, love Jen Lou coverage. Thank you, Destination New York. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You guys are so good to me. You're so generous. I appreciate that so, so much. Okay. Boy, Sarah Boone and her dadgum run-on sentences, they really take it out of you. I'm super parched. All right, hang on. Ah, really? They're making me search again. Wow. Oh, I got to do the captcha. Let's all hope I'm successful. I usually have to do these twice. Nope, got to do it twice. I never get these right. Okay. I mean, come on. Oh, now I have to scroll all the way. That's okay. Don't worry, you guys. We're now into 2023. Let's see. Let me see what this one is. December 5th, 2022. All right. Almost there. Almost there. I think. Now, I just want you to know. That's okay. That after this last letter on 12/14, right? That's the date we're at. No, this is December 5th, but it's uploaded on the 14th. On the 19th of December, Mr. Bankowitz filed to withdraw. Just so you guys know. He's like, I'm done. All right. And then again on 12/27/22, motion to withdraw is denied without prejudice. Continuance, let's see, correspondence on 1/17. Let's see, it's filed on the January 10th. All right. Let's close this one and make this bigger. Let's see how you guys are doing over here. What happened, MK Lynn? What you doing in the chat, MK? Oh, boss lady, thank you so much. Always the best. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, I missed another one. Humanimal, thank you so much. Yes, I love your readings and coverage. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. You guys think I'm nailing the Boone voice, or do I need to make an adjustment? Um, because I can't really tell. Like some of these, I feel like she's sort of persnickety, but then she sort of like wants to also be the victim. So she's like, I'm like caught between doing like an outraged and while still trying it to be demure. Yes, yes, MK Leanne, you behaving as usual. Good job. Now, have we thought about any potential hairdos for Miss Sarah Boone? Remember, I appointed you hairdo extraordinaire to Boone. All right. Okay. You guys ready to go? All right. Let me just have a little sip. Just give me a second. It's just tea. Actual tea, not Long Island iced tea. Oh, thank you, Stephen. You're doing most excellent with your passive aggressive. Okay. All right. Nicholas has some constructive criticism, some edits. Jen Lu, give the attitude more attitude and the meek more sad. LOL. Okay, dokie. All right. I got some edits from Lil Red. I need more Boone attitude. All right. I accept this constructive criticism and I will improve. These are going to get more angry as we go on because now she's big, huge mad. All right. Mr. Bankowitz. Hello and Happy New Year. I hope the holidays were lovely and very memorable for you and your family. I just wanted to check in as I have not heard from you since the status hearing back on 12/27/22 and want to confirm you are still my attorney after your motion to withdraw was filed 12/19/22. It is my understanding you are, which is why I'm writing to you directly, but also including Judge Wooten for fear I do not receive a response like the last almost 5 months, 21 weeks, 147 days. It is very important to me. You are aware my questions and concerns for the anticipated pretrial conference on 1/17/23. If you are unable to speak to me beforehand, which I am very much hoping you will be, unfortunately, I'm unsure what else to inquire about as I am unaware of any other progress going on in my case. In the meantime, please see below and thank you in advance for the information and clarification. Pretrial conference Tuesday, 1/17/23. I would like to be in attendance. What time, please? I have not received a notice via mail or heard from you to ask, and no time was stated during the status hearing. Please make the necessary arrangements for me to be included. It is my right. Waiver of appearance. Please mail or bring the appropriate documents to unwaive my appearances going forward to everything I am able to be included on, so I am kept updated with any all status of my case. It is my right. Please note, I have not signed any paperwork for you since the start of your representation, 7/11/22, as my attorney. So I am unclear how my right to appear was waived in the first place, nor have I verbally given permission for the waiver either. Please provide the signed copy at your earliest convenience. Reason for withdrawal. It was not made known by you as my attorney or stated by the judge to the court during the status hearing. I was completely blindsided and still massively confused for the attempt, as our attorney client relationship hasn't even been established from the 2 hours we've spoken out of the now 4,536. And that general information, it was when we actually did. If you had genuine, legitimate concerns, I thought from a professional, moralistic standpoint, you would have discussed with me or at least mentioned rather than being uncommunicative for almost 6 months, an entire half of another year, for me just sitting here with nothing to show but the perpetual question mark still over my head. I would have hoped if you were unable to maintain your workload, which still presently includes me as your client, you would not have made the decision to take on my case and even give me selling points on all your capabilities and resources. Why? Please help me understand. We are supposed to be working together and for each other rather than against. It worries me futuristically. Also, I have not to date received the copy of your withdrawal Judge Wooten said I was included on when reading the certificate of service during the hearing. Please provide me a copy. 4. Phone account. It was previously told to me by you in our one in person meeting, 8/22/22, that you already had this set up and you were having your assistant look into it so we could use. After not answering any of my calls, the few I did make in an attempt to touch base with you to provide requested information you asked me for, I stopped calling you, Mr. Bankowitz, and have not to date since September 2022. I kept hoping you would call me or set up a visit, even for 15 minutes, which has not happened. Please help me understand why you gave me your personal cell phone number. Also, to clarify for you, the judge, etc., I did not avidly search for the statements regarding your public reprimands in 2015 and 2018. In an attempt to speak with you from no response to my letters or calls, cell or office, when having someone look up any contact alternative and to confirm your address from a letter I sent that was returned, then resent, the reprimands were discovered, and for the same complaints as mine, lack of communication. During the status hearing, when I made this known, I was not clear in the end if you're going to actually set up again the phone account to be used, which any and all callers, inmates, must have established in order to speak to family, friends, attorneys, anyone. It is nothing new or extra, and all costs incurred can be submitted for payment to the court, as you have done in the past already. This is how attorneys communicate with their clients here in OCCD. Another option, in addition to 45-minute video visits, 15-minute at home visits, in person visits, and of course, the Postal Service, it would definitely make sense to use in avoidance of even more time being exhausted in the length between any visits in the future, which will only help the progress of everything. Will you be utilizing discovery case materials? In the status hearing, you stated you have 2 boxes of information that are out of order and unorganized. Have you organized and reviewed? How long have they been in your possession? When will we be going over? It is extremely concerning. This is all you have. It has been said there were 3, 5, 6, a ton from some of the attorneys prior on my case. Which is it and what is there? 3 years later, I'm still wondering. I have also put in numerous hours, pages, pen ink of my own information, which I am praying is in either of the boxes you currently have. Please let me know, as the added amount of even more time to locate, receive, review anything missing from everyone receiving before then withdrawing will most definitely be extreme. I don't know what you have. I also could assist in organizing what you have, considering it's all part of my case. I'm eagerly awaiting and more than willing to help with this and everything else. I just need to see what there is, which I have yet to, 3 years later, Prosecutor: Is there a new one in my case? I noticed his attendance during the 3 status hearing attempts and came to the conclusion there is. Since you have not communicated with me this or any information, nor an announcement made by the court, I do not know. If so, what is his name? What is his background? Mr. Bankowitz, you must understand how insignificant I have been made to feel with the never ending debacles, hurdles, and stumbling blocks I have and am going through and still facing since becoming incarcerated. No one seems to listen ever. I refuse, absolutely refuse to believe this. My entire experience to date really is how our justice system operates. I refuse because, as said to you, Judge Wooten, the court, to everyone else in the status hearing, and to anyone who truly cares, my reason is hope. Never ending, no matter what, hope. This being the entire reason I am even here for my incarceration. Nothing is impossible with God, and I await my day to say my truth in sight of everything. Please don't give up. I have not and will not ever. I await your responses. Always, Mr. Bankowitz, thank you. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. Whew. That took it out of me a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let me go back over here. I think this is the one I need. Yeah. Okay. That one took it out of me. I thought it was a little dramatic. This is on 3/22/23. Can I see it okay? All right. All right. Maybe I will. Let me see. What do you guys want to listen to just for like 5 minutes so I can get a drink and yes, Lotus Spider. Sometimes that's exactly what it means. What should we listen to with Sarah Boone? Let's listen to her crazy hold on a second. Let's listen to the body cam footage where she's all, he's still in the fucking suitcase. Oh, let's see. Let's look at the one from 2019. I don't want to use. All right, I'm going to use Caricature's body cam footage. But let me see. Let me see. Hold on a second. All right. And I'm going to drop her link. Y'all be sure to go and subscribe to her. She actually does really, really good work on Sarah Boone. And she's got a ton of stuff that I don't have. And I don't know how to spell this, apparently. Hold on a second. I'm just going to put it in the chat and I'll fix it in a minute, okay? Because I need to get a drink. All right, so here is the link to this. We're just going to listen to a little bit of it. This is Sarah's 2019 body cam footage, and we're going to listen to this right quick. All right, I'll be right back.
Not even good in here, guys. Yeah, both of these? Upstairs and downstairs?
Just, I can't get out of the house.
Well, you told me you're already getting kicked out.
No, I can't.
Is there a back door or a sliding door in it?
Yes.
Nope, you're good.
You go 10-12, just let us know.
Yep.
I said you're not bail.
What's your plan if you did?
I'm gonna lock up the door.
How are you gonna get inside?
My ex-husband actually has a spare key. Are the blinds open?
121 Alpha.
A little bit.
Number 2112.
What about that?
Number. Sarah 29, check. Number 2112. 124 Delta, 124 Charlie, you can check.
Oh,
2112.
locked on the back.
Oh, so he locked the back too.
Yeah, the back's locked.
Hey, well, you want to call your ex-husband? You got a phone?
It's about the time.
Okay.
There's a door.
That's not to say that he's not in the house.
Excuse me?
That's not to say that he's not in there, just because the doors are locked.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. Do you think he's inside?
Yes.
Okay, well, we need a key so we can get inside and see if he's inside. That's what I'm getting at.
And if your phone's gonna die, there's a charger in back on the back side of the porch.
Oh, yeah. Hey, if he's in the house, he's not coming to the door, but you have my spare key. I can't get in. If you could, there's no other way of me getting in my house. Unfortunately, can you please bring me the spare key? Yes, please. Outside. The front door and back door. I have no way of getting it.
121 Echo, yes, just logging in check.
Where'd you live at, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
Is that you said that's your ex?
No, it's my
He was just right down the line.
Okay.
121
He'll be here in
Echo,
like
21 Charlie,
2 minutes.
Charlie 29.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Is your this your
Number 21.
who you think is your ex-boyfriend? Is that correct?
This is my place.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's a simple question. Your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend?
I don't know what to call him.
Hey, it's one or the other. It's a pretty easy one.
Yes.
Okay. Does
For
he not
3
have any
years.
weapons?
No.
Okay.
He was arrested last week for bad TV.
You guys actually want to take a picture of my ear? Do that.
I saw he was arrested before. Was that on you also, like a month ago?
Yeah.
It was last week.
Here. Look.
Mm-hmm.
120, correction, 120 Bravo, 120 Charlie.
That's why I called you wrong. And again, I was sleeping.
2115.
He hates it when I sleep.
How much has he had to drink tonight?
Only God knows.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
2 drinks. And that was what, 4 hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the layout of the house? Is it both floors? It's two. Is this part of your? Or is
Yeah.
that, sorry, so it's these 2 windows right there.
Yeah.
What kind of vehicle does he drive?
I guess you stay up here. I'm going to go around there for a second.
But I don't.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna stay outside so we can make sure nobody's inside.
I'll give it back. Thank you so much.
I was going to say something, but I changed my mind since I guess now we're getting to it. I'll play just a little bit more because
I'm not going in there.
I don't want to play all of her video, but some of you guys haven't seen
His name's
this. So
George.
There's no weapon.
Okay.
That's Lucas's.
I know, but
He's not that stupid.
I'm just telling them.
Thanks, sir.
Can we get minimum traffic for building? Are they making announcements? Yep.
You guys don't have to do that.
Man, we have a way to do things.
Okay.
Just let's
Thank
do
you.
our thing, okay?
yeah, Sarah, just let them do their thing, lady. Hold on a minute. Let me move this so you guys can actually see. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
Sheriff's office. You in there? Come on out.
I need to move this. Here we go.
Sheriff's office.
Oh, go ahead.
You in there? Come on out.
I'm right behind you. You're okay.
There you go.
But let's just take a moment to appreciate the situation that's going on here. Sarah asked for help. They're here to help the officers, okay? And Sarah's telling them how to do their job, okay? And
Sarah.
And she's telling them how to do their job in a condescending way. And she called Brian at 1:00 in the morning to come and help her again out of a situation. So I get his tude a little bit and his, the way he's just like, "Ugh, look what she's drugged me into now on the 24th of February, 2020.
George was hiding in the bathtub upstairs. Okay.
Yes.
So he gave me his side of things. I need you to give me your side of things in person right here. I know we kind of talked on the phone, but I need you to tell me what happened tonight. So what happened?
Okay, well, pardon my language, because it's not me. I was called a cunt and a bitch.
Okay.
And I'm not a mother to my son.
Okay.
All the while, nonetheless, I was sleeping before that.
Okay. So you're woken up to him calling you. So you're saying?
I thought that I'm like, feed the beast. Go outside and smoke a cigarette with him.
Okay.
Try to calm things down. Well, the whole time I was there saying nothing. Nothing. I was called names.
Okay. So you guys were smoking a cigarette and he was calling you names, being verbally aggressive with you. Verbally abusive.
Before that, where I'm like, I don't want to get hit anymore. So I'm just going to go downstairs and smoke a cigarette with him to try to calm him down.
Okay. So you're saying, okay, I'm trying to get a timeline of things. So start from the beginning and give me the timeline.
I was asleep.
Not literal time, but in a reference of incidents, how they occurred tonight.
I was asleep.
Okay.
And again, he comes in and wakes me up.
He wakes you up. Okay.
He's out of sorts.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure things out.
Okay.
Where it's like, don't make it worse. Just go downstairs with him. Because he gets mad at me because I go to sleep.
Okay.
I go downstairs. Smoke a cigarette. The whole time I'm being belittled.
Okay.
Pardon me for saying talk shit about.
Mm-hmm. And then?
I walked off barefoot.
Okay, so when did he hit you? You said he hit you.
That was in the bedroom.
When? I just asked for a
When
timeline.
he woke me up.
Okay. He woke you up. By hitting you? Is that what you're telling me? Or what happened? I need you to tell me.
He kicked the door open. He's kicked the
You're
door
adding a lot of details that I need you to be very concise with.
Yes, sir.
When I'm telling you, I need a timeline of the events.
Yes.
How am I going to corroborate your story?
He kicked the door open 4 times.
Uh-huh.
The 4th time, I gave in. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got punched in my ear. On the 4th time. Where I was like, don't do it anymore. Just go downstairs. Go smoke a cigarette.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Okay.
And then I walked off barefoot.
Okay. And on the phone, you told me that you attacked him as well.
I didn't attack him.
You said you exchanged, you had a physical altercation on the phone. That's what you told me.
I pulled him off of me.
He said he has marks because I was fighting for my life.
I was being honest with you.
Okay. So what happened? Because you didn't include any of that in there.
This is what happened.
But you didn't include any of that information in the story you just told me. So I'm trying to get a timeline of what happened.
Then I come downstairs.
So he kicks the door open.
4 times.
He kicks the door open 4 times. And then what? And then what happens?
He's always talking about his kids. I'm, pardon me for saying, a cunt and a bitch and not a mother.
Okay.
I actually think that this body cam footage is really, really important. And here's why. Because Sarah is claiming the battered spouse syndrome defense. Okay. And she clearly called the cops this time. Okay. Which I'm not judging her for. But how would anybody be able really to help her? They can't even figure out what's gone on. Yes, MK, her bag is so fashion. It looks like she was on her way to go play bingo. Honestly, that looks like a bingo bag. For extra daubers. You never know. But anyway, it's really hard to understand. It's how do you help somebody who you're asking them a very simple, basic question. What happened? Tell me everything that happened, A to Z, in the order in which it happened. And then you get this answer. You get 4 times. Kicked the door in 4 times. Fighting for my life. Told you the truth. It's, pardon my language, it's not me, okay? It's just, it's very convoluted, all of it. And I think that there's something not right here. And I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't think that Sarah is outright lying. I don't think that she's saying things happened that didn't happen. But I do think that she is exaggerating the things that did happen. And there's a couple times I do think she's lying. At no time does Sarah ever, in any of the things that we've seen from her, ever remain silent, not argue back. Even when she doesn't actually say words, when she's exasperated, you know it, because it's a grand sigh and I don't know what you want me to say. And her hand to her forehead, and she shakes her head. I mean, you see it all. So it's just so convoluted. And I actually feel bad for the jury trying to untangle this mess. For real. Okay, here we go. We're just going to listen a little bit more.
Okay.
So, feed the beast. Go downstairs. That's after this.
So why are you leaving that out? You're not telling me how that happened. Again, that's like the 3rd time you've done that.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. He got on top of me and punched me in my
That's what I want you to tell me.
He wants you to
I've asked
tell.
you like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, well, I didn't know you needed that specific.
You didn't even include it at all.
Me and here.
Y'all, this is the problem right here. I didn't know you wanted me to be that specific. It's not about specificity, Sarah Boone. It's about telling what happened. Leaving parts out that has nothing to do with specificity. That's just part of telling the story. I mean, don't you excel at everything? Surely in high school you had to do creative writing. Okay. Or an essay class, essay writing, how they teach you how to, the beginning, the middle, and the end, depending on what kind of essay you're writing. But all essays have, which is a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. So I don't understand this, compos mentis. She drives me nuts.
I'm so late.
Okay, so he kicks the door open, jumps on top of you, punches you in the ear. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay. And you're just
So-
sleeping in bed.
As I was last time. He doesn't like it when I sleep. I just try to avoid it, so I go to sleep.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
I just would rather sleep. I'm always tired.
Well, why was he back here?
You tell me, and we'll both know.
Well, he's been here for days.
Mm-mm.
No, he hasn't been here for days, and you guys haven't been getting along all fine and good.
See, I do hope that this gets introduced, and here's why. Because Sarah says she has a pattern of responses, and one of the phrases that she uses frequently is, "You tell me, and then we'll both know."
He was here, what's today? Wednesday?
Well, trouble with days of the week
I'm gonna say he
again.
was here on Monday. His bike is here. His clothes are here. Get what you have to get and go.
What? Oh,
He doesn't like it when I say that. That's why this happens.
1225 Bell, apartment number
It's not fair.
hey, Tanika, good to see you, babe.
Ask the neighbor down here. Ask that neighbor over here.
Okay.
Ask his boss.
Sarah, I'm asking you.
I'm telling
How
you.
come when he contacts you after you know he has a no contact order, why don't you call the police?
I don't want to get in trouble.
Why are you getting in trouble if he contacts
I
you?
got in trouble last time.
One last
I gotta
time.
take my son to school tomorrow.
It's 1:00. All right, Sarah Boone. Now I've had enough of this foolishness. Okay. Have y'all noticed a pattern here? That shenanigans seem to ensue the night prior to her having to take her son to school, and yet she uses her son simultaneously as a shield. Have y'all noticed that? I wonder if we were to take a gander back at, because there's other body cam footage of her and the times that she's had the cops out there. I really, really wonder if there is a definite pattern. I can only say from this incident to the 2021, that's twice potential for a coincidence. But y'all ever watch WFLA? If you're a Floridian, #HeyJB, how the wobble tracker. Once or twice coincidence. Third time, we're seeing a pattern. And that's how I feel. Like, I really, really wonder if this is a pattern for her and what that's about and how she doesn't want to get in trouble. I see that you grabbed your bag, Sarah. Could you maybe grab a bra next time and, I don't know, chunkless for Pete's sake?
Sleep in my bed. It's not fair.
Oh, here we go with the not fair.
Help him, please.
Sarah, I'm going to do my job. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, tell her.
What I want to know is why you're not doing your part in all of this.
Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
So when he contacts you, 3 days ago, why didn't you call the police? Knowing that he's not supposed to be contacting you. Why are you doing that? I would love that.
His whole family despises me.
Huh.
I'm afraid
That has
of
nothing
his
to do with
family.
it.
Yes, it does.
Okay, but you called us tonight,
Yes.
right?
Because that.
Okay.
There's so many things that he has done.
And you guys are going back and forth with each other. This has happened numerous times, but for some reason you guys still live together, right? You guys still are together.
Technically doesn't live here. He lives at his parents' house.
Okay. You're getting caught up in that. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Why are you feeding into an unhealthy relationship?
Sometimes
You don't have
not
an
sure what I'm
answer.
supposed to do.
Okay.
I'm afraid of his family. My son can't come over here because he's here.
He doesn't live here.
He doesn't live here.
Why? Okay.
He did previously. But since all of this has happened and I continue, I'm surprised my ex-husband even brought the key over.
Okay.
I think he
Okay.
wants to do the same thing where
You know what? I'm going to stop you right there, Miss Ma'am. You're surprised that Brian bailed you out of trouble again for the 11 billionth time? I don't even know y'all, and I'm not surprised. Stop it. Absolutely ridiculous.
let's just get him out. I want to see my son. It's not fair.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, how much of it you gonna fill out all the paperwork for me? All the domestic violence paperwork?
Like I have always.
Is that a yes? I'm looking for a yes or no. It's a yes.
He's hiding in the background. I told you guys he was here. Yes.
All right, come over here.
Warning, 65 possible number of Parkdale Drive in Wawa. Email 30 years of age, racial ability,
Let's go to the front. I'll bring it to you. Thank you very much.
There?
Sign. Yep, right there.
Yes, you read the whole thing?
Yeah. That's exactly what you told me over there. So thank you.
No.
Now hold on to the pen for a second.
Oh my God.
Can you sign these? Victim confidentiality. I know you're gonna have another one. Sign here saying that your information will be confidential based on the type of incident.
Never.
All right. Sign here. What you're saying is that if you develop some kind of hearing,
It gets worse.
yes, we can use that information.
Can I sign my middle name too?
Just however you normally sign.
Sarah, are you new to signing
Sarah Boone.
documents? What the fuck?
All right. You said you've had one of these before?
Yeah.
Sure, you got a couple? All right. If the injury worsens, side of your head swells up, anything like that, you want photographs of it, go to that address or call the phone number. All right. Somebody can take pictures. So you keep that. Since I'm not going to give you a booklet, that's going to be your case number, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait. That's not right. It's this one here. This is the last one. No? Yes.
The one from last week.
Yeah, that's what that one is. There you go.
That's the right one?
Yes, that's the right one. 79759.
So they're gonna call me tomorrow and say, hey, you need to show up for court. If I don't show up, do I get in trouble?
If you just explain the circumstances why you can't, then you won't get in trouble. That's for sure. So, they'll just try and reschedule with the day that works for you or whatever.
But I have to go?
Yes.
Let's just discuss with them on the phone. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you that. All right?
Sarah, yes, you have to go. Part of it is you're the victim. You're the one who was there. You're the only one who can tell your story. So yes, they need you.
So, You are going to go stand by that car. I'm going to have them bring him down. He's going to get in here, and then you can go inside. Good?
I can go inside.
Well, after
Oh
I bring
my
him out, bring him in that
God.
car.
Are you freaking kidding me, Sarah? You didn't know it wasn't that the whole point was to get George out so you could go in? What did you freaking think would happen? See, that's why I can't with you. There's something that just rings so false about this to me. And I hate saying that because I feel like on some level, Sarah probably did get knocked around and she is a victim of domestic violence, but so is George. I don't know. It's just very convoluted. I'm glad I'm not on the jury. And also, I want to know too, and I can't wait for this trial to start because I wonder if Judge Kraynick is going to be, because Florida allows jurors to ask questions. I mean, they can't just like interrupt, the proceedings and be like, "Excuse me, Judge Kraynick, can you hear me, Judge Kraynick?" They can't do all that, but after the questioning is over with, we saw it in different judges do it different ways, but with Letitia, how after the cross-examination or the direct, then the cross, and then maybe any rebuttal or redirect would go. Once the sides were done, then Judge Werner would ask if any of the jurors had questions, and they would write them down, hand them to the bailiff, and then the judges and the attorneys would look over them and decide which questions were appropriate. So I wonder if they'll do that again. But come on, Sarah, for the love of corn. Wasn't that the freaking purpose of oh my God. Let me stop. You just stop.
Take care. Yep. And Tommy. 124 Charlie, can you bring him down? Will you grab him shoes and a wallet and his phone if you want it?
Oh, so he had a phone.
No. Just call us sooner next time. That's right. Yeah, I'll do that.
120 Charlie.
Wait for him. Once he gets in the car, just hang out. Don't say anything to him.
Yeah, don't instigate things, Sarah.
That car? Yeah, go ahead.
Now, officer, I don't want to tell you your job, but I'm telling you right now, Sarah cannot be trusted. You better go over there by that car with her and make sure that she doesn't start any trouble. Just a suggestion.
121.
The suggestion box.
121 or 121 also. Number 1 chain, County Road 13 as verifying. Can you verify this point?
Anika. It's a good one. Let me read this out loud. Sarah grew up watching soaps, the nighttime ones like Dynasty and Dallas. She's like one of those characters, except braless and broke. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Oh, George. You already knew you were in trouble? So.
Let me do a quick search.
Yeah. Stand right here against that flag. He's going to pat you down.
Okay.
Make sure you ain't got no weapons on you, nothing like that.
You got no pockets in these shorts?
No, you got pockets.
Okay.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Go ahead.
All right.
Grab a seat.
There's that Florida wind.
Did he have a wallet or phone or anything?
I couldn't find it. He said he thought his cell phone was gone. He couldn't find it. Yeah, North Wallet.
I think my phone's somewhere in the house. It don't really matter.
I'll ask her.
Okay.
Yeah, put the like the normal, the right way. How we wear seatbelts. I need to take a picture. If I give you a camera, will you take a picture for me?
Yeah.
Holy guacamole. All right, let's see. All right, I think we get the point. Let's get back to this reading, this dramatic reading by your girl, Jen Lou. All right, here we go. That was a good little intermission. Okay. Here we go. Mr. Bankowitz, this is my third letter trying to reach you over another almost 6 weeks period now. The same 2 phone numbers you've given me still do not work. The one number, your personal cell, goes to voicemail directly and doesn't even ring. I've had this number since you personally gave me back in July 2022 upon your appointment as my attorney by the court. Not working still, 8 months later. The other number rings and rings and rings until it automatically disconnects me. Not working either. This also is the number you continuously tell me it just needs to be activated. Please activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. That's what reminds me when she types that every time. All right. Even in my desperation to speak with you, had an outside caller trying to reach you on my behalf who tried calling your office 3 times. And if you can't read the word 3, she's written the number 3. Over the last almost 3 weeks, leaving a voicemail each time with no reply. We were both hoping you're able to reply to her email she sent today as another form of trying to communicate with you. I've exhausted my resources and am again just sitting here waiting for you to contact me in whatever way you are able and as soon as possible, please. Time sensitive matters are at hand, as I've made you aware previously, verbally and in my letters. I know you have attempted to schedule the minimum 15-minute my pre-trial conference. I found out is now on 3/31/23, which you said previously for whatever the reason I am unable to attend any of these conferences. How am I supposed to know what's going on and what you are reporting and what is being discussed between all other parties except me, the main component in my case? Especially if we, in a still unestablished attorney client relationship, are not in regular or proper communication with one another. Why can I not be in attendance and participate in my PTC? How else am I to keep updated in real time and actual minutes during the conference if not there myself? I have no way of knowing anything if not updated by you, my attorney, and I do not have a computer to use myself. Help me understand, please. How can court TV, different news channels, and even professional YouTubers attend my PTC and I cannot? How? I'm sure one of the other parties can help me with updates since they all will be in attendance. For me also, should you be unable to provide, why can I not be included in my PTC for my case? I'm sure also everything from the conference collected from everyone else will be vomited all over the internet, just like everything else has been non permissively. And can add even more dysfunction and ignorance to my prejudgment already made by the world in the great court of public opinion. I would like to be part of all of this, seeing as it all pertains to me. Please, it is my right. So many questions, concerns, and piling. So many questions, concerns, piling and piling up from not being. Oh no, this is the one that's messed up. I forgot about this one. Okay, hold on. All right, that's not it. Hold on, let me get it. What is, hold on a second. When was this? 323. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. All right, let's share this one instead. Okie dokie, here we go. This is on 4/6. To whom it may concern, the enclosed letter I sent 3/22/23 was scanned incorrectly on the clerk's website, only the first and third page. So I'm resending with nothing on the backs to avoid confusion and were missed previously. I also received a copy of my copied letters today with only the same 2 pages included. Are my letters even being read? Oh, they are, Sarah. They are. I wrote 4, but only 2 were copied, uploaded, and mailed. Clerical error. An update while already contacting you. Mr. Bankowitz has not met with me personally face to face, ongoing now 2 months, 8 more weeks. The 2 phone numbers given still do not work, or his office phone answered when someone trying on the outside. Judge Wooten, can you please have Mr. Bankowitz fix the phone problem? He asks me for information, some critical and time sensitive, which I complete expeditiously for him, but then have no way to relay successfully, in turn, hindering progress and creating even more to discuss in a 15-minute video visit when he does actually schedule and it work. Even PDs answer their calls, and I have yet to be able to speak to my court-appointed attorney on 2 phone numbers for 9 months. July 11th, 2023 is my 1-year mark, another milestone while here with Mr. Bankowitz as my attorney. It is also my next PTC. Will I be able to attend and be included as I was previously at the last? Thank you. Please also include me in the status hearing you mentioned to the court during the last conference, which is supposed to happen sometime prior to the next PTC in July. I am still waiting patiently and respectfully 6,480 hours later with Mr. Bankowitz as my attorney, waiting for him to contact me and hoping just one of his phone numbers will finally work so we can pick up speed to provide significant progress in the upcoming meeting. Thank you for reading my entire letter and uploading correctly for all the world to read. Also, critique and judge wrongly and incorrectly as usual. Ignorance is bliss. I wonder what platform of popularity I will be featured on next, and how much wasted time, effort, and thought will be put into mutating and grossly exaggerating my case information, racketeered to the World Wide Web. SMH, run with it. I wonder too if I have a panel of letter readers dedicated to all the ones I've written. Enjoy. There's more to come. Shout out to my supporters. Everyone is waiting. Not on me. Hopeful no matter what. Sarah Boone. Hi. A panel of letter readers. Girl. All right. Hold on. There's another one. Oh, I remember this one. All right. Hold on. This one's ultra persnickety. Judge Wayne C. Wooten, attorney Frank Bankowitz. Whole wide world. Perspective. I wonder how many people are going to actually look up the definition to see if it's the same. I wonder also how many website hits the word perspective will get. I'm not reading her definition. It's ridiculous. Please review so everyone has a clearer, better understanding of my continued concerns, hindrances, questions, and frustrations with the justice system and the solid, absolute reminiscence of my case. Remissness. Sorry, you guys. Absolute remissness of my case and the due process of I am and have been waiting very patiently and maintaining what I can since no one else has or will, it seems. And I feel at this point, 6 attorneys later, 39 months, almost 3.5 years, which I will make, and not by choice. I need to make all aware of my immense struggle with the extreme mismanagement of my case to date. Let's look at the bigger picture or perspective to get a better view of what I've had more than enough time to see and realize. I'm hoping by doing so, eyes can finally be open and very overdue, longed for progress, and finalization can be had. The growing amass of ignorance, manipulation, slander, and advantageous gain must stop. My truth needs to be heard, and it is my right. Do not give me rights expecting me not to fully utilize them. I voted for the president and governor while here in jail, and stop violating what I've been trying to utilize or lessen the value of my capabilities and opportunities. I am not apologetic in any way for being an observant, hardworking, above average, non stereotypical inmate. I can only imagine, sadly, how others not as outspoken as myself have been and are being mistreated, overlooked, and dehumanized. Get it together, Judge Wayne C. Wooten. At what point do you evaluate and intercede in a case to make sure there is proper advancement, regular communication between the attorney and client, ethical treatment of client is being upheld, timeframes are being met, etc.? Clearly, you know of and have known of the prolongation of my difficulties from your comments regarding my letters, but with no intervention from you to change anything for the better. Less problematic process. I'm sorry, for a better, less problematic process. You've told me in the past when I've tried to voice my legitimate concerns to you in the courtroom, 5 times total in 3.3 years, and in my letters to save it for my next attorney, if told anything at all. Do tell, Your Honor, which attorney. I'm on my 6th, whom I've not seen in person for over another 3-month period, 12 weeks, 89 days, and counting. Frank J. Bankowitz has been appointed as my attorney by the court to represent me in my case and has been for 10 months and counting. Total approximate hours of representation, 7,200. Total times attorney met with client Sarah Boone, 6. Phone numbers given to client by attorney, 2. Phone calls answered from client by attorney, 0. Outside sources calling attorney on behalf of client, 3. Phone calls, emails, voicemails answered by attorney, 0. Letters client sent to attorney trying to communicate, 7. Letters defendant client sent to judge trying to communicate, animate attorney in unsuccessfulness, 5. 15-minute phone video visits between attorney and client, 3. Attended court dates scheduled, 2. One was an attempted withdrawal, the other an allowance to finally be included in my PTC, which was the same information carried over from all the others. Now what? 2. Why are you enabling my constitutional rights to be continuously violated? History lesson for everyone. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, Eighth Amendment, 14th Amendment. Why am I being judged for my legitimate letters I write in order to know the status of my case or attorney and how much longer before something substantial occurs in the progress of 3.3 years later, other than the inappropriate prejudgments being made due to the excessive amount of my case information online, bigger and meaner fabrications of my case sensitive details in which I have not seen, an even greater mind numbing one sided ignorance. If I didn't write my letters, would you or anyone be aware of all my rightful concerns still and ongoing? It is a perpetual question mark over a defendant's head, the norm during a case due to inactivity, no communication, no help or intervention, or answers being given by anyone in the justice system? Honestly, what has been done about or with any of my letters other than being scanned, uploaded incorrectly? I made sure to correct so everyone is up to speed on my case status. Unfortunately, it is all I have to report at this time. Why are you allowing numerous case safety and protection elements to be breached, violated, and manipulated? Why has a gag order never been implemented? My case has turned into an unnecessary witch hunt from the innumerable violations of my case details being leaked and racketeered illegally in exchange for website hits, viewer ratings, etc., in exchange for dollar signs. What is your cut, Your Honor? You choose who knows what, where, and how in your courtroom. When did court minutes become live? Are you the one who authorizes the upload to the internet? It's all about how much rather than how did it happen, no matter the destruction caused in the meantime, and is irreparable. It's not even about the suitcase anymore. My case is now a global event with the video receiving over 3 million hits, depending on the website, in turn, making me realize that's over 3 million less unprejudiced, unbiased, non discriminatory, fair jurors I will have access to on my case. How is that going to work? Now what? Factoring important private details should not be made ready and available for the world to know about before I, the defendant, does. Correct? This is wrong, unconstitutional, unfair, and not how justice is supposed to work for anyone. I'm tired of having motives attributed to me that are unreal, assumed, and inappropriate. This is not legal. This is what a trial is for, correct? At this point, what can even be rightfully suppressed in my case? Once you ring the bell, it cannot be unrung. It's already been heard and seen. I don't even know where the bell is or who's ringing it. When do I, the main component in my case, actually get to know, see, hear everything everyone else already has? When am I going to be included also? When is the next status hearing? You PTC 7/11/23, my attorney's 1 year mark. Am I included? What else can I do to ensure the productivity, communication, incorruptibility, appropriation, and intellectualism of my case? It is my right to know so I can begin to continue for true progress of any kind to finally be succeeded. Attorney Frank J. Bankowitz, where are you? Our last in person was February 15th, 2023, 3 months. When is our next meeting? Remember, please, there are still time sensitive matters pressing. FYI, in the 10 months of your representation, here are the 6 meeting dates which have occurred so you can see prospectively the massive time gaps in between. Well, I've been sitting eagerly waiting, wondering. Why aren't you fixing either of the 2 phone numbers you gave me upon your appointment back in July 11, 2022? Every time I ask you about, it's a different excuse. Much progress can be had in a very expeditious manner if completed. Why has it not almost a year later? Why do you keep telling me to call when you know they don't work? As said before, public defenders answer their calls and reply to mail. Why are you unable or unwilling? See the difference it will make? Our agreement made from one of my letters I wrote earlier this year after not hearing from you in a solid 5 months prior was to connect every 2 weeks with or without any significant progress. Why have you not been upholding this agreement, even in a 15-minute video visit? Remember, a phone call is another option and not as difficult technologically. A working number is needed, just one. What are your anticipated dates of completion for anything already discussed and will eventually, when you do actually show up for an in person scheduled meeting? There are 1,000 little fires needing to be put out. You're holding the fire hose. Please see from my perspective the botched, eye rolling experience I'm going through still, and how I believe anyone would act or do if in my slides doing the same. What would you do? Do not fault me in trying to make the best, most successful outcome possible for myself in every aspect in the convoluted predicament I am in and have been over the last 3.3 years. I would rather be called a narcissist, pain in the ass, arrogant, strange, or whatever anyone else wants to waste their time to think of. Just don't call me a murderer, which I am not. No one knows me except for the ludicrous insanity that's been made up, mocked, edited, and spewed all over the internet. It's not me. Now she's shaggy, y'all. It wasn't me. I'm hoping and praying my highly anticipated day will come, whenever that will be. It's God's timing. I continue to wait smiling. At least everyone will know I am not sitting around eating bonbons watching soap operas. Application is the product of the lesson. Give me my chance appropriately, correctly, and fairly in court. Unfortunately, my perspective of our justice system is incredibly dim and dull. I hope my very overdue blinding light has shone brightly for all to see a glimpse of how it really works. And being a system, we all have to work together to function in unison. Please help see the difference I'm trying to be and make. Waiting and wondering, keeping it real. Now what? Sarah Boone. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh man, come on, Orange County Clerk. Stop making me. You know I'm reading this. It's so rude. How are you guys doing in the chat over there? All right. There we go. Back to scrolling. Now we're in the 2023, so we should be getting there. Sorry, I'm so sorry about this. What's this? Oh my gosh. I think this is the one. Nope. Okay, doke. Here we go. Now another one on 7/21/23. Let me check on you guys. Aw, thank you, Sunshine Mafia. Love your coverage, Shenlu. Looking forward to Boone's crazy shit show coverage from you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was very kind and very generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Aw, Neat Noodle. Thank you for gifting a membership, babe. I appreciate that. If you guys are lucky enough to get the gifted membership Neat Noodle gave, please thank her. Are you guys doing okay? You still hanging in there? I can't believe 204 of you guys are listening to me read this, but thank you. I'm so glad that you are. I appreciate everybody being here. Please take a moment to give your girl a thumbs up or a thumbs down, however you feel it best. I leave it up to you. I don't judge. Not y'all. Sarah, I will. All right, here we go. All for your review, critique, judgment, understanding. Try it. Here we go with more definitions. Let me take a sip of drink. My bad. Whew. Where do I even start? Through the officer inmate grapevine and a letter I received from my fan mail, and usually the only way I find out anything regarding my case, since there's no communication from my current attorney. Now 10 weeks more of complete silence. And yes, my sixth attorney, which I will clarify momentarily. I was made aware my last letter was featured on the news locally, realistically meaning globally. Apparently, my very legitimate, lawful, real questions and concerns I asked and am still caused a stir on top of the already engulfing whirlpool my case has become and made out to look like, which it is not. Hence, my previous questions from said letter. I am trying to protect and maintain my truth, which no one knows, since no one else will, however I can and keep some of the illicit ugliness at bay, mismanagement at its finest in everything. Why wasn't I included at all? Why wasn't I asked prior to being highlighted so I would know what was said or asked or criticized so I could rightfully defend myself? What was so newsworthy? By not including me is how does she do it? Hold on. Unfair, and adds to the assumptions of what everyone wants me to end up being and thinks I am. This is wrong, and also adds to the prejudgment of my case. All of the idiotic theories, empty opinions, false accusations is all the ignorant world knows from all the pertinent private case details available to everyone except me, the defendant, in my case. How can I defend myself? I can't, so everything gets meaner, more evil, corrupt, and out of control. I believe this is what a trial is for, right? The world is supposed to learn everything about my case during the trial, right? This is not justice or a system, right? All fairness has been completely removed, right? So, were any of my questions answered? Was anything at all clarified regarding evaluations, amendment violations, case sensitivity protection, suppression? What's the video hit count reach now? My last letter, it was over 3 million. How much does that shareable income make for everyone? Did anyone locate my attorney or discovery? Everything everyone everywhere in the world has or listened to, all of my discovery, again, except me. In the meantime, here's a corner piece to my convoluted puzzle. All are wondering when it will finally be put together to see what the real picture is, and also a huge disentanglement of only an inkling of some of the misunderstandings and ignorance swirling about in my case. Before you try wearing my slides, know where they've been. Oh boy, here's one of her lists. My attorneys fix when, and as I've said numerous times in my previous letters, why, not by choice, I am on a sixth attorney. Here is some clarity so everyone can finally have some understanding why my slides are so worn, but most definitely walkable still. Attorney number one, private, February 2020 to May 2020. This attorney sold me the world, promised exoneration, and supplied an overabundance of other continuous false hopes so I would accept his offer to become my attorney. He had no idea what my case was going to be or was really about. Then he deserted me, his client, naive and new, 2 weeks before my scheduled trial due to irreconcilable differences, meaning I was not persuaded enough to agree with what he wanted me to say or do, and was not what happened. There was no trust. There was no strategy. And if there was, I was never included in on it, or an innumerable amount of other case defining details and questions left unanswered before going to trial. I felt like he was sabotaging my case and setting me up for failure due to his micro amount of experience, which I found out after the fact and was not disclosed prior to my acceptance of his representation in my macro sized case. Nonetheless, how does she do it? Hold on, let me think. Nonetheless, when we did meet to discuss my case and I asked for updates, about any progress, he would start talking to me about his clients in Colombia, his clown of a sister-in-law, his nephew going to water parks, trips he'd taken, his regrets, where he bought his gold sneakers, and many other unrelated, unimportant, time-consuming stories. All the while, I'm trying to figure out what's going on and why he's not answering any of my questions. Nothing was ever completed or accomplished or communicated, building 1,000 fires, waiting and needing to be put out before making another to be left ablaze. I was always ignored and in the dark, conjuring the dreadful perpetual question mark looming still over my head. So much I prepared an 8-page packet for Judge Wayne C. Wooten to provide during both court dates, defending myself against my attorney's unresearched withdrawals. No one asked me nor permitted to speak my truth, to help him and the court understand my real concerns, along with all the carryover since day one. I was trying to avoid going through any of this again going forward. It had already been 2.3 years. I wanted the judge to include me. And no, I have a side also in everything. Plus, I knew Judge Wooten would be appointing my next attorney in hopes he would listen and appoint a more suitable, experienced one accordingly to save time for everyone to progressively move forward. He must have been throwing darts at a dartboard, blindfolded. This attorney, number one, is untrustworthy, unreliable, unprofessional, with poor leadership skills, and is extremely unorganized. He was unable to perform ethically, and as an adult, ignoring his client, misleading and deceiving. He didn't even respect me enough to speak with before his withdrawal to try and remedy or figure anything out to stop. I was totally blindsided because of the magnitude of his ineptness and dereliction of duty. As a result, withdrawing from my case at the 11th hour after taking over 2 years with nothing I knew of but disappointment, I could have reported him to the Florida bar for legal malpractice. Exhaustion 1. I'm still waiting on him to release all of my case files and documents obtained and accrued during his representation, including well over 100 pages of my handwritten notes and information, which is irreplaceable. He is still not helping. Him no longer being my attorney was not my choice. Attorney number 2, 3, 4. Public defenders appointed by Judge Court May 22, 2022, June 2022. Judge Wayne C. Wooten in the court repeatedly appointed me public defenders 3 without any research or care. And after I continuously explained to each and tried to the judge court they could not represent me due to their representation of the decedent. We've done our homework, I was told. I received 3 withdrawals, none by choice. Definitely not systematic. Attorney number 5, conflict appointed by Judge Court, June 2022, July 2022. Upon our first and only meeting, this attorney expressed his mass confusion in why he was appointed by Judge Wooten, as he was leaving for a teaching job out of Orlando within the week. I learned more from this attorney in one meeting regarding my case than all prior combined. It was extremely disheartening he could not continue representation and set the bar going forward, especially regarding honesty and respect. I received only 2 letters from him, 1 introduction, 1 withdrawal. He also did not know where any of my discovery was or notes. Now 5 attorneys later, not by choice. Attorney number 6, conflict appointed by judge/court July 2022 to present. 1 year mark, 7/11/23, 12 months, 365 days, 52 weeks, summarized. 8 total months, 240 days and counting, are with absolutely no communication in any form, completely inactive. Total amount of hours as court appointed attorney, over 8,760. Total times met with client, me, 6. Total hours spent with client, 7. Total phone numbers given to client from attorney, 2. Numbers at work, 0. Total time speaking to client via phone, 0. Total number of 15-minute video visits with client, 4. Total number of letters to the judge trying to communicate my unsuccessful communication with my attorney in hopes he will communicate with him to communicate with me, 7. Letters to other parties to communicate, 3. Total times in court, 3. 1 was an attempted withdrawal to carry over and over. The last time I spoke with or saw my attorney, May 18th, 2023. Where is the progress after 1 entire complete year? Unknown. Everyone, please look on the Orange County, Florida Clerk of Court's website and see for yourself. Am I looking at it wrong? Reading the contents incorrectly? The mass majority of work seems to be for my correspondence. If not my letters, there's minutes, some live, to view from my non-progressive, lackluster court dates stating the same information and same continuances, and of course, none of my comments, concerns, or questions from any. I don't just sit there, edited, like my case. I feel it important also to communicate to everyone so you understand the undertaking it is for an inmate to attend court and why it is so important to me to have progress to report to make the day count. We are woken up at 3 a.m., taken to a holding cell and wait plus or minus 4 hours, then taken to the courthouse and put in another holding cell for however many hours until court time, for only a 5 to 10 minute opportunity in front of the judge to say anything, if at all. Then taken to another holding cell for however long, transported back to another holding cell, wait however long, then taken to another holding cell, then back to our dorm. Most court dates are court days, spending between 8 to 14 hours for little to no time to speak. It's important to me, us, we matter, hence my letters. What will be said for this one, I wonder? Like Lois looking to the skies for Superman, I'm hoping, praying for an attorney to step up and truly represent me with honesty, intensity, understanding, respect, and perspective. When they introduce themselves, they can me also, the real me, properly, not the Frankenstein monster I'm being so wrongly and incorrectly pieced together as from all the propagandized, lucrative defamation and attempted destruction of my character and still intact integrity. Clearly, also, everyone can see all of the aforementioned information regarding my attorneys was not ever a strategy of mine, nor will be. Is it a strategy of the judge and court? Judge Wooten, will I be included, please, in my upcoming status hearing prior to my PTC, which is also 1 year mark of attorney number 6 on 7/11/23? Will I be permitted? I was not attendance from you like all the news channels and professional YouTubers. I hope I finally see my attorney, whom will, I'm sure, tell me, as you so graciously explained to me in my last PTC I was made a part of, consuming my minute my minute minutes of your invaluable time, that you and he have other clients. I am a client and have been for over a year with this attorney, and pay tax dollars to utilize all of my available resources, including and not limited to a state or government attorney appointed by the court. And you will always have clients. You never know when you may become one yourself. Please do not discredit my truth. I am who, not what. Respectful and diligent, Sarah Boone. Whew. Holy guacamole, y'all. Yes, respectful and diligent, y'all. She is respectful and diligent. Oh, wow. Little Red, thank you for gifting a membership, babe. I appreciate that. If you got the membership gifted by Little Red, please thank her. And Tanika's 2 cents, welcome. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member, or becoming a Word member. Sorry. I don't know why I'm so used to now reading. Now I'm just reading. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it, babe. Welcome to the Ward. Welcome to all the new Ward members. Whew. Yes, relentless and delusional and hypocritical. All true. Yikes on bikes. All right. Let me see. What's the next one? Is this the one? Yes. Here it is. This is okay, you guys. So how about I know that my title is slightly misleading because I said every single one, but I forgot how many freaking ones there are. Let's tomorrow morning, whenever I go live for the trial, because I'm sure it's going to be a minute, we'll just read those, or else I can maybe do, if trial starts like right on time and they get right to it, and there's no need for me to fill time or whatever, then I'll just do the second part tomorrow night. I forgot how freaking wordy Sarah is, and the run-on sentences. It would make it so much easier if she would use a period. Sheesh. All right, here we go. Honorable Judge Wayne C. Wooten, please see the included letter I received from my investigator communicating with me to provide an update on why we have been unable to meet since our last uneventful meeting with my attorney, Frank Bankowitz, on May 18th, 2023. My investigator also has not been able to make contact in attempts to move forward and produce very much needed and overdue progress in my case. I, as Mr. Bankowitz's client, cannot communicate with him via phone due to him still not activating one of 2 numbers he's given that do not work. And he keeps giving me different reasons why each time I ask to keep trying. This has been ongoing for 13 months and counting. This is redundant, Sarah. Ongoing and the word counting mean the exact same thing. So it's redundant. Ongoing for 13 months. You could have just left it there. By not activating, he is actively hindering progress, compiling even greater amounts of carryover and, in the meantime, information for review if we do eventually meet in person. Last time to date was 77 days. Prior to that, 98 days. and 147 days prior to that date. With the aforementioned being said, Judge Wayne C. Wooten, would you please be gracious enough to communicate with Mr. Bankowitz to supply the requested simple information my investigator needs, considering the number of days, weeks in between our meetings with him, and we can be working in the meantime until he is able to visit with me, his client of over a year now, adding to the soon to be 4 years I've been here already. Please see previous letter regarding all 6 of my attorneys. My innumerable attempts have been completely unsuccessful in any form of communication with Mr. Bankowitz via phone, letters, email, and voicemails attempted by an outside source. What else can I do, Your Honor? It seems my only hope is for a court date, which I am included in, where my attorney's attendance is mandatory, and I can vie for his attention during the minute minutes beforehand while in the courtroom. I'm sure all the allowed live cameras could provide footage of me doing so every time. I don't want to waste any more time and catch up in the courtroom. It is unfair and ridiculous. When can we have a real meeting? Please enable progress, Judge Wayne C. Wooten, not hinder. Justice system means we have to work together. I've got the whole world incorrectly against me already. As stated by my investigator, we are at a loss without communication in any form with Mr. Bankowitz. Thank you for your invaluable time. I'm grateful for your ethical awareness, fairness, understanding, and perspective. Activate the inactivity, please. Again, thank you. Actively seeking success in anything. Sarah Boone. Sarah, I have received your letter. I have made multiple attempts to contact your attorney, Mr. Bankowitz, since our meeting, but unfortunately, I have been unsuccessful. I'm not sure what is causing the issue. On May 22nd, 2023, I sent him an email requesting him to contact the jail so that I can have access to visit you and proceed with the mitigation process in person. Additionally, I sent 2 text messages to his phone on June 1st, 2023, and again on June 6th, 2023, but received no response. Without a letter from the attorney sent to jail, I am unable to visit you in person at the jail. I am at a loss until I can reestablish contact with Mr. Bankowitz. If you wish, you can write to me, and I will send a letter as soon as I am able to get in touch with him again. Billy Lane. Billy Lane, poor Billy Lane. Whew. All right, you guys. How do you feel? Whew, whew, whew. That was a lot. That was a lot. And we still have, where's the one where she calls Bankowitz a buffoon? Oh, hold on. Yeah, the next letter is 16 pages, and it's the epic one. It's the one where Sarah was like, I'm done. I'm saying all the things, and I don't give a rat's fat kneecap. Whew. Lord. All right, you guys. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for being here and hanging with me and distracting me, because I'm going to tell you, if I didn't do this live, let me tell you what I would have been doing. I would have been watching WFLA for hours and hours and hours, and I would still not be any closer to knowing the track of this hurricane than when I would have started. I would have just been frustrated. And so thank you guys for being here and listening to me read Sarah. I'll read Sarah's letters, because it was a fantastic distraction that I absolutely needed. I really did. So, excuse me. Ring the bells of malevolence for Sarah. All right. So Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you to the mods. Thank you, chat. This was just a distraction I needed, and I'm so grateful. I'm going to play the outro. I am going to get off of here. I'm going to schedule a live for 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fingers crossed we get to listen in on some of the jury selection process. If not, we'll figure something out, and we will finish the letter reading tomorrow night at 9. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I forgot to say, I will say this. I'm going to go, we will have something to listen to tomorrow because of the motion in limine. The judge is going to have to talk about it. And I'm very curious about this hearing that was scheduled October 4th. And there's no like court minutes or remarks. So I'm kind of curious what happened with that. And maybe we'll get some answers. MK Lynn. Thank you, Jen Lou. You're awesome. No, MK Lynn, y'all are awesome. And your one-liners, MK, in the chat are everything. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great rest of your night. And I will see you in la mañana. Adios.
Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. Well, fuck you.
No malicious intent or effort was towards it.
No militia.
Finish her!
Bring me down. I'm on a high right now. I'm living my best life, and y'all can't take that from me.
He is
2 minutes later.
We all do a little match sometimes.